Welcome to another Black Myth Wukong boss tutorial video, and in today's video I want to showcase a new poison build I'm using and show you how to take down the red boy, which means we're also going to be taking down the Yaksha king. First let's go over the poison build and then we'll jump into the fights. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and obey. For the poison build, the armor we're going to be using is the centipede set, because when you have all 4 pieces it significantly increases the damage you do while you're poisoned. But in order to have 4 pieces for this set, you're going to need to get the Venomous Armguard. I've got a video on how to do it. I'll leave a link in the description below. For weapons, we're using the Spider Celestial Staff for a couple reasons. First one is whenever you do a charged heavy attack, you're going to get health back, but also because it has a critical hit chance of 12%, and if you're in the poison state, you're going to inflict poison bane on the enemy. I didn't use any spirits in this fight, but you don't need to take advantage of the passive benefits they have, especially for a poison build. Guang Mao will moderately increase your poison damage and your poison resistance, but since we're planning on being in a poison state, I'd say the better option is the Armour Worm, because when you're in a poison state, you have a higher chance of doing critical hit. I'll leave a link to my video on how to unlock this guy in the description below. But for transformations, I'm not going to use any of the poison guys. I'm actually going to use Ebb and Flow, because he can do a ton of damage. So I'm going to increase how much damage he does, but since I'm here, let's also increase the damage we do with our poison attacks by upgrading Filthy Malice. The gourd is a very important part of this fight. You're going to want to beat the Scorpion Lord. I'll leave a link for the description below. That's how you pick up the Death Stinger. The Death Stinger inflicts a poison state on yourself whenever you use the gourd. You also want to use the Mount Ling Tai seedlings here. That's going to increase the amount of time your duplicates are alive after you use your gourd. You also want Stranded Lung Whisker, as that'll increase the duration of Immobilize after you sip from your gourd. For curios, I would use the Gold Sun Crow, and you pair that with the Jade Moon Rabbit. That means you're going to do more damage and have better damage reduction. For the third curio spot, you could use whatever you want, but you might want to think about Spine in the Sack, as that'll increase your poison damage, or we did just pick up that new Flame Orb, as that'll protect you from all the fire in this fight. My secret weapon for this fight is the Septenary Heartfire Pill. When you take one of these, it instantly resets your cooldown, which means you can immediately use Pluck of Many again. Immobilize and Pluck of Many should both be fully upgraded, but don't worry about Cloud Step. We just use that as a defense. You'll see in a moment how much fire damage this guy can do. That's why I would suggest bringing the Fireproof Mantle, at least for the first half of this fight.
Could have enjoyed a good show, but you simply lack the taste.
During phase 1 of this fight, things are the easiest, so we don't want to spin any mana yet. We're waiting for phase 2 after he flies up in the air. For now, you just want to dodge and staff spin and build up focus points so we can summon the Yin Tiger.
My fire point is after blood!
That took a good third of his life, but we still don't want to spin any mana. We want to wait until phase 2 after he flies in the air. So we're going to do other attacks down here, like charged heavy attacks. Then we can use our spirit, which right now I have the Big Blue Baby equipped. That's going to help get his life down. Then after a light attack combo, we should be ready to enter phase 2 with this guy. There it is, now we're in phase 2. You'll know because he's up in the air, makes a bunch of duplicates, and sends them all like flaming missiles at you that you have to dodge. And be careful, because these are also doing fire damage. Good place to have a fireproof mantle on. If things get a little bit crazy here, think about using Cloud Steps to escape, then all his duplicates will go after your decoy. Now he's about to come down, so let's start our attack. We drink from our gourd first, and then we're going to summon our duplicates. Then when they're already attacked, we're going to use Immobilize. But first I need to put on the fireproof mantle, then we're ready to go. If you die after Red Boy, you start at the Yaksha King, which is nice to get a little rest and move things around. That's why we're on the Weaver's Needle now, but the same pattern of taking a sip from our gourd, summoning our duplicates, and attacking works. And once you reach this fourth focus point, transform into the Yin Tiger and go straight into Windwalker. Look at that, in one phase of this fight, we almost killed him. That's a ton of damage, but I don't want to take any chances, so we're going to use our pill and do this whole thing over again. Okay, so first I'm going to take a quick sip from my gourd. Don't forget to use my Sedentary Heartfire pill. That's going to make it so I can use Pluck of Many again immediately. We'll summon our clones and then immobilize them when they get close. And that, my friends, is how a monkey takes down the Red Boy and the Yaksha King. I had to use the poison build. I had no other way to finish this fight. The Yaksha King was just too strong. But if you have any other tips, strategies, or suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and obey.